the moment he came out against the charter schools in Little Rock, he was toast. He was done.
If you have these many superintendents that's coming in and leaving, there's a problem.
I think it's the wrong-headed decision. I put in a call to the governor last night to see if that decision could be reversed.
A range of emotions less than 24 hours after learning Little Rock Superintendent Baker Kurse, the man you see there, is out. Tonight, a new man for the job is announced. Fox 16 covering every angle of this developing story. But first, an elderly couple recovering at this hour after being attacked and robbed in their very own home. Good evening, I'm Kevin Kelly.
I'm Donna Terrell. The couple says the thugs kicked in their door and took what they could while shoving a gun in their face. Fox 16's Ken Bufa is back from Garland County, where deputies are searching for those robbers tonight. Ken.
Well, Kevin, Donna, according to the couple, the robbers were in and out in roughly 5 minutes. The experience of having their lives threatened will stay with them for much longer. Off Highway 290 in Garland County. Two lovebirds smile about how they met.
Our first date was July the 4th.
Mary Nell and Harvey Parker say in their 64 years of marriage, good and bad days have came and went. Monday afternoon, the worst yet.
He kicked the door in and hit knocked me down. And he stuck the gun right in my face.
Parker says two men burst into his home demanding money.
And they went in and they shoved her down, knocked her down.
The couple says the robbers rummaged through their home and threatened their lives.
They were yelling so loud, and I thought, man, I can hear you. You don't have to tell me that.
I was mostly concerned that they were going to hurt her.
I was afraid it was going to throw him into a heart attack.
Parker says the robbers got away with 3 pistols and cash, leaving the 85-year-old on the floor.
Scooted back to it, and meantime she was scooting back to our bedroom to reach a phone.
2 men younger than 30 describes the suspects. 64 years with each other, takes care of remembering the good rather than bad.
It makes you realize what you have and how quickly you could lose it.
According to the couple, the 2 men were wearing dark hoodies and jeans. A neighbor says his house was broken into a day before, but he wasn't home.
So no indication at this point if these were targeted people, random. I mean, it doesn't appear that they were hurt either.
No, the thing was they weren't severely hurt. They had some bruising. He had a welt on his head from where the door they kicked it in, but they drove up through a backyard and then knocked on the door pretending that their car had broken down and didn't feel right opening the door. And as soon as he opened up a little, he said they kicked in and they just found they were on the floor just pretty much staring at each other hoping for the best.
Any other problems in that neighborhood?
Well, a neighbor said that his house was broken into a day before, but he wasn't home, so they're not sure if it's connected. But deputies are searching for these men, and the victims describe them as 20, young, like early 30s, late 20s. They say young, but they're 85, so they were young kids.
Okay. Hopefully they'll find them soon.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right,
Thank you,
thanks.
Ken.
Now, weather to plan your day with Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin.
Well, once again, mist and drizzle out there, just kind of that. It's wet, but it's not really raining. It's just really been the case for the last couple of days. Just this mist and drizzle just seems to go on for days. It's like being in the Pacific Northwest. It's like being in Seattle, except it isn't like this in the Pacific Northwest. It's been sunny and nice there. Well, as we take a look at the radar, I mean, you really don't see much on radar. That's because the mist, the drizzle, it's so light, the drops are so small, they're not even really picked up by the radar. It's not really something that's adding up very much. But we are tracking an area of some real rain and even some thunderstorms moving across parts of Oklahoma with another system moving towards the east. And this is going to get here by early tomorrow morning. Let's time this out for you. This is our high-resolution computer model. It's picking up on that area of showers and thunderstorms now moving through central Oklahoma. This is going to approach the western Arkansas border by early tomorrow morning. Notice by 3 a.m. some of that rain just beginning to move into the state and then increasing, especially across west central Arkansas as we go into the morning hours. I think for the morning commute and as kids are going to school tomorrow, I think we're not going to see that much rain around the metro area, but it's going to be close, especially around Hot Springs over towards the Russellville area, getting into just parts of Saline County, and that's going to increase as we go through the mid-morning hours into around lunchtime. So you probably want your umbrella umbrellas, even if it's not raining when you leave the door tomorrow morning. Right around lunchtime or by lunchtime, there'll likely be some rain and even a few thunderstorms. Temperatures today, because of all the clouds and showers around, only in the 60s. Hasn't cooled off very much since then. Right now, still in the low 60s across much of the state. Here's a look at that hour-by-hour forecast. Rain for tomorrow morning and increasing rain chances, especially through the mid-morning hours and into the midday. Temperatures mainly in the 60s for the morning, so not all that cool out there. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll show you when sunshine is finally going to return to Arkansas.
A change in leadership once again for the Little Rock School District. Baker Curris's first year as superintendent will also be his last.
Well, today, State Education Commissioner Johnny Key formally names a new school leader for the Little Rock School District.
According to Curris, he asked about his contract renewal on April 1st. Then, over the weekend, he was informed about the hiring of a new superintendent. State Education Commissioner Johnny Key addressed the media in a press conference after announcing Michael Poore from Bentonville will fill Curris's current role at the end of June. A decision Key says he did not need board approval for.
It is now time to move to looking to see how we can make a turn on the academic side.
It's an interesting world, and it's odd to see it turn, but it also, if there's a lesson in any of this, is that the community has to come together. We don't have any choices. We can't separate ourselves.
Well, Curris will finish out his contract, and Key says the district will continue many of the projects Curris began when he arrived, including a West Little Rock Middle School and a new high school in Southwest Little Rock. And we do have team coverage on this tonight. Fox 16 Stephanie Sharp getting reaction from the community, and Shannon Miller talking to the mayor about whether this decision will have an economic impact.
Yeah, a lot to cover. We want to begin with Stephanie Sharp, who spoke with parents who say the news of Curris getting let go is surprising. Stephanie.
Yeah, Kevin, like you said, I spoke with many parents here, and many of them say that with another person at the helm of the district, it's concerning.
It does make you kind of wary.
Dominique Murphy gets her 3 kids from Dr. Martin Luther King Elementary School each afternoon. But the topic of conversation in the pickup line, the future of the school district.
It puts a light on, you know, kind of makes you wonder, like, what's really going on, you know, what's happening.
She says with the news, a new superintendent, Michael Poore, will be taking over this summer. She's afraid it could impact her 1st, 2nd, and 5th grader.
I think it's sad that a school system fails its children and that superintendents are going through like that, like water.
With at least 3 people taking control of the district in the past 12 months, grandmother Carolyn Green is afraid there's an issue within the system.
There's a problem somewhere, because if you have these many superintendents that's coming in and leaving, there's a problem. How are we going to solve it?
However, other parents say they don't mind at all. They're just concerned about what their children are learning in the classroom.
For me and my child, it is.
But for Murphy, she hopes the newest superintendent will hold the spot and grow the district so her kids can too.
We should have quality superintendents that stay in office for more than, you know, they're staying.
Now, many people aren't just talking about this in the pickup line. They're also talking about it on social media using the hashtag #StandUpForLittleRock, both on Facebook and on Twitter. Also on Twitter, the words Curris, Superintendent, and LRSD are all trending right here in Little Rock. Reporting live, I'm Stephanie Sharp. Back to you.
All right, Stephanie, thanks for that. And tonight, Little Rock Mayor Mark Stodola has some strong words for Governor Asa Hutchinson, asking him to reverse the decision to not renew Curris's contract. Fox 16 Stephanie Sharp, she talked with the mayor tonight. He said he's not only surprised, he was shocked to hear this news, right?
Yeah, and he just found out about it last night, Donna. And after hearing that news, that is when he went ahead and made that phone call. This was after a scholarship program event, and soon after, again, called the governor to see if that decision could be reversed. Stodola says he is flat out disappointed and thinks it was the wrong decision to do away with Curris. The mayor noted the superintendent's understanding of the school district, the financial improvements he made, and the additional schools set to open. The changes, Stodola says, should hold plenty of weight and wants to express that to the governor. Hutchinson says he's unaware of the mayor's attempt to reach him.
We're just not doing the right thing by them. I really don't. I say we. I don't think the state of Arkansas, the education commissioner or the governor is doing the right thing by them.
Mayor may have tried to get a hold of him. I have not spoken with him. I'm not aware of a call into me.
Now, according to Hutchinson's spokesperson, he reiterated that the position was always a temporary management position for the financial aspect of the district and an interim position. Still, Stodola says he will tell the governor exactly how he feels that this decision did not happen at the right time and could create more instability within the district. Kevin?
All right, so let's look at the big picture here and put this all in perspective as best we can. Obviously, a lot of people are upset, confused, and concerned about the future of the Little Rock School District, and rightly so, especially when you look at this graphic here behind me. In the last 10 years, keep in mind, the district has had 8 superintendents, and if you look closely, some of them are repeats. Poor will be the 9th when he assumes the role later in June. Now, after Dr. Roy Brooks here at the top in 2007, Dr. Linda Watson then was hired. She stayed from 2008 to 2011. Following her came Dr. Morris Holmes, followed by Dexter Sugg, who resigned 1 year ago, and that was after allegations that he actually plagiarized his doctoral dissertation. And then, as you can see here, Baker Curris took his place in May of 2015. All right, now let's talk about the finances involved between these two individuals. Michael Poor's contract, it's still being worked out as we speak, but we're told his salary is going to be around $225,000. Compare that to Baker Curris. He was making just $150,000. Donna?
Well, in Bentonville, Mike Poor announcing formally today that he will be moving to the capital city. Poor got a little choked up today talking about leaving. He says he's enjoyed his time in Bentonville and he feels good about the progress that's been made in his 5 years with the district. But he's also thought about returning to a more urban community. So when the opportunity in Little Rock came up, Poor says he was excited about the challenge.
Anxious to go down there and enhance the things that are already going on in Little Rock. There's some things going on in Little Rock, as I've dug into it, that are really outstanding. There's things that Bentonville school system could learn from Little Rock. But I'm also anxious to go in there and understand even more about that school system and understand what they really honor about what they believe is the most important aspects of that district.
And during today's press conference, some tough questions were thrown at Poor, including why he chose to leave in the midst of so many good things happening there in Bentonville. And we will continue to cover the changes in the Little Rock School District. Stay tuned on air and on Fox16.com, as well as the Fox 16 app. Car owners are furious tonight after 6 vehicles were damaged by a tenant wielding a candlestick holder. Police say Friday night, tenants at the Eagle Links apartment complex in Little Rock discovered their rear view mirrors had been busted. Michael Scott, according to police, was being chased through the parking lot when authorities got there.
I mean, everybody just couldn't believe it. And like, why? You know, just why? And then all our cars right here, why?
All victims say the damages are totaling thousands of dollars, and car owners say they are preparing to press charges.
A judge hearing a lawsuit today filed by Aaron Lewis, the man serving life in prison for killing real estate agent Beverly Carter. Lewis claims he was mistreated by police during the investigation of the disappearance and death of Carter. U.S. District Judge Bill Wilson hearing witnesses in the suit in a bench trial. Lewis was actually in the middle of his testimony on the witness stand today when the judge just ended proceedings for today. Of course, they'll pick up again tomorrow, and we will keep you posted on the outcome.
Well, nearly 40 vehicles broken into within 3 days. This is according to Conway Police.
Tonight at 9:30, hear from one victim who suffered the most damage and what the thieves actually got away with.
A contentious relationship, President Obama heads to Saudi Arabia, and he's also at odds with Democrats and Republicans in Congress. I'm Rich Edson at the White House, and I'll have more coming up.
You're watching Fox 16 News at 9 with Donna Terrell, Kevin Kelly, sports with Wes Moore, and Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin. You're watching Fox 16 News at 9.